life and lots of situations. And we're always trying to figure out what we should do in situations that come across our daily lives or just whatever it might be. And one of the key factors that I always tell people is have faith. And if you just put your trust in God and know that everything is going to work out for the good, then it will. And there was a point in time in my life where, I have many stories that I can tell, and we all can probably relate to different testimonies, just not having to losing that faith. And it's one of those situations where when I look at the word faith, and I realize that for the letter F, it stands for, and the letter A, all, I, impossible, T, things, H, hope for all impossible things hoped for. And no matter what the situation is in life, you have to at least have that faith. And once you can build that faith, it'll be able to get you through whatever you need to go through in life, and you'll get to the end of whatever you're going through. I also like to look at the word faith as being the F, forever, A, and always. I'll trust him. The I, the T, the H. I'll trust him. And that's what I recommend for everyone to do. If you just have faith and put all your trust in God and know that there will be a brighter day. And sometimes we often hear people say, oh, it's going to get better, with time and stuff. But I'm a firm believer that if you don't have faith, things won't ever get better, because it's the faith, just that little tiny seed that if you have that tiny seed of faith, then you'll eventually get through it.
They were looking for water, and they found a drinking hole. And this drinking hole, when they got to the water, it was water there, but the water was not good for drinking. And God told Moses then, he said, Moses, I want you to look beyond that tree that you see. I want you to take that tree, and I want you to throw it in the water. Because the water that they had in this particular place in Moriah, it was water, but it was a bitter taste and wasn't suitable to drink. And God told Moses to take that tree and to throw it within the water. And the Bible said that the water became drinkable. So they had drinking. Also, and they moved on in this manner that God had provided for them. The Bible said that it was like a thin corn, like a quarter of size of flake. It's like when it fell down, and they didn't understand what it was. And Moses told them then, he said, I want you to gather up the manna from the ground, and only gather up what you need, and just gather up just enough for you to be satisfied. And I can only imagine that when they gathered up this manner that, they got greedy and some gathered up too much. And, they were only to gather. The Bible said that they wanted him to gather up just enough, a quarter of enough for each person. And the Bible said they gathered up. Some gathered up too much. Some gathered up a little bit too little of a much. Some gathered up just enough, but they gathered up. And the ones that gathered up a little bit too much, it turned out just to be just enough. The ones that gathered up a little bit too much of a little of enough, it still winded up being just enough. The ones that gathered up enough was enough. It all measured up, man, it all measured up as enough. It was just what they needed. And it wasn't lesson, it wasn't greater. And Moses said unto them then, and said, then I want it to just be enough that you could just eat for today. The ones that thought that they were getting enough to take them into the next morning, and they wasn't enough, because what happened was, even in the next morning when they went to eat what they had gathered up yesterday, the Bible said that it turned into worms. And, when the sun came out, some melted and some turned into worms and started to stench. So they weren't able to eat what they had gathered up yesterday. No, good God Almighty. They still was to just gather up just enough. We can start to seek for the Lord. God's word is always going to be enough, and it's always going to be enough to where you can take and give it out and not worry about holding on to it for yourself. And when God blesses you, you be ready to give it out and give unto others, and not be greedy and hold on to the blessing for yourself. Not be greedy and gather up so much that you can't do nothing with it. See, God wants us to take and bless someone else with the blessing that he's given us. We got to be obedient to that and give unto others what God has given to you. Not be greedy and say, well, this is just someone get so much for myself and gather up so much that you can't, do nothing with it, and it's just taking rust out and taking it old, and you still weren't able to do nothing with it, and just get just enough. God bless you with abundance. When you just get just enough, you still have room for God's blessings. Put more blessings in your life. It was a teaching that God was